All right, joining us today, the 18th World Chess Champion, second from India, but most importantly, the youngest chess world champion ever. D Gukesh joins us. Thank you so much for speaking to India today. Before I dive into the match and all things that have happened, uh, I want to talk to you about that reception that you received when you came to Chennai, a roadshow of sorts. Did you ever expect this kind of love you'd get once you get back to your motherland?
Yeah, first of all, I'm very grateful for all the love and support that I saw once I returned back home, and um, and yeah, I expected a very nice reception, but it was beyond the things that I had imagined.
Hmm. I'm going to now take you to that game. That mistake that Ding makes on the rook. I see those visuals, watching it live. You're getting excited. You get up, you start walking. Then you finish for the game to be done. And then you can't control your tears. Just go through the gamut of emotions that you went through in that 4 5 minute period, from excited to almost, trying to control your laughter to then breaking down in tears.
Yeah, it was a very emotional moment for me. In that game, the whole game, I was pressing for a long time, but objectively, I knew that it was a drawn position, and I was trying my best to create problems for him. I did not expect very much to actually win this game in the end. So I was just trying to make moves, and then suddenly once I spotted that I was about to win, and it was a huge shift in emotions. Me almost thinking, how to prepare for the tie breaks to suddenly I'm the world champion. So it was a huge emotional ride in such a short amount of time. So it was yeah, quite emotional, but yeah, obviously beautiful.
Okay, I want to know, honestly, tell me, which moment was forcing your heart to pump much harder? Was it the bungee jumping that you did later, or was it those 3 4 minutes that I just spoke to you about?
Um, To be honest, it was very similar in those. I mean, the my physical reaction to both of those moments were quite similar. I mean, I guess the jumping moment was more of the fear, and the other one was more of excitement. So yeah.
Okay, you are world champion, but my question to you is a much deeper one. Do you feel like the best player on the planet right now, or do you think there's still a lot of distance for you to cover and there are still more contenders for that title?
No, I think I'm one of the best players in the world, but obviously the number one player remains Magnus. And it's also good to know that like I have the uh, I have immense respect for him. But it's nice to have the world champion title, and it's also nice to have him. I have him up there, so there is something constantly to keep to keep pushing me to wake up every day and to something to dream about. And yeah, I my goal has always been to become the best player in the world. And now that I know, uh, now that I know that Magnus is there, it only helps me. This match, World Championship, gives me a lot of confidence, but there is obviously this huge motivating factor uh, to become the best.
Hmm. That's interesting because you talk about Magnus. What would you make of all the criticism that has come? Magnus and Kramnik themselves have said, they've questioned the quality of chess on display in a World Championship final. You had the Russian Federation chief say that, Ding probably lost on purpose. How do you react to all this talk after you've been crowned world champion?
I think criticism is a part of the job to face the
Hmm.
criticism. At such a high level, the whole world is watching. People have different opinions, and I think they have their point. They're all great players and great people, and I respect their opinions. But at the end of the day, it's about not convincing the world, but convincing my opponent that I'm the better player. And I think as long as I did that and I won the match, people are free to say what they want, but I respect that. But yeah, I'm. This is a very special moment for me and my loved ones, and yeah, we are just enjoying.
Since I spoke about criticism, there's also this positive talk about Gukesh. A lot of chess experts suggesting that Gukesh wasn't even at his best in this World Championship match. That means to say that there are another gears that Gukesh has, which will take him even higher. Because it was your first World Championship, probably certain things that you could have done, maybe that pressure, just the fact that you're playing a World Championship. What that tells everyone that next time around, if he's playing the World Championship, you're going to be a different beast. How do you look at this sort of an assessment?
Yeah, it's one thing to obviously I would have preferred to play better than I had, but I also understand that this was my first experience of this kind, and to be honest, I think I underestimated the kind of intensity that the World Championship expects. I thought it would be similar to the candidates, but it was not at all. The kind of work in the openings that we did, and the kind of emotional stress that I had to face was different than I had ever experienced. So it's understandable that I was not at 100%, but it's also a positive thing to realize that even though I was not at 100%, I could
Yeah.
face one of the best players in the world, and I could beat him in this long and stressful match. And
That
yeah, when I'm at my best, I've already shown with the candidates and the Olympiad performances that it's it's quite a high level, and I think I'm pretty confident that I can achieve that kind of level in the future.
Yeah, that's not great news for your opponents. That Gukesh, world champion, is still not at his best. So just imagine what he will be at his best. But it's interesting this year, Gukesh. You started this year. We're talking at the end of 2024, where you are world champion. But you started this year, I think 25th in the FIDE ranking. You were not even the top Indian, fifth, I think, overall. Where do you think things really turned around? What was that catalyst moment for you in this calendar year?
I mean, obviously, the qualification for the candidates was a very stressful and unpleasant phase of my career, which happened last year. And the turning point was the Chennai Grandmasters tournament, which I mean that happened last year in December. And since the time I won that tournament and I qualified for the candidates, it kind of gave me this, it broke this bad phase of my career and gave me some confidence boost, and it helped me realize a lot of things, both as a chess player and as a person. I think as a person, I really changed after that. To be honest, I can't relate much to the person I was last year and this year, and it I think it happens usually when you have this kind of very deep emotional experiences, especially the negative ones, which kind of changes you as a person. So I think this bad phase was a very important one that I had to endure. After I was past that period, I'm quite proud of what I've become.
It's incredible. Talking to you, it doesn't feel like I'm talking to an 18-year-old, getting that kind of maturity, the experiences and what you learn. I mean, people tend to get that when they're past their 50, but probably that's what makes you a world champion. Tell me about, you've spoken about it before, but tell me that loss, Viswanathan Anand, he's been a mentor of sorts for you. Him losing that final 2013 to Magnus Carlsen, how much of a role did that play in you becoming a world champion today?
Um, yeah, just seeing Vishy sir and Magnus in 13 at Chennai was a huge experience. I still remember the vision of me being outside the glass door and watching these two legends play this beautiful match, and uh, and yeah, it was super inspiring. And once Magnus won the title, I kind of felt, I saw it I saw it live, get the title going away from home, and I thought, it'll be super, like super. I want to really be the one to bring it back, and I think that vision has been kind of this driving factor behind all these things that I've done for the past 10 years, and to actually realize that I brought it back home, and I could see what this trophy, what this title means to India, means to the people, what it means to Vishy sir and the parents, and a lot of my loved ones. it's it has been a dream.
Is that also the reason that we see that reel that's gone viral of a 11-year-old Gukesh saying that I'll be world champion one day? It all stems from that.
Yeah, for sure. As a young kid, it was the kind of like I mean this kind of dream that the kid had. I think was the driving factor, and yeah, becoming the youngest world champion. I don't know how exactly I got this dream, but for a lot of years I had this dream, and then like as I grew older, I stopped caring less about. I mean, cared less about the youngest and these records, but my goal slightly shifted to becoming best player in the world, and I understood what it means to be there. But still, this having this youngest record would be very would make that kid very happy.
Yeah, it certainly would. It's made the entire country very happy. Before I let you go, what is the significance of the prize money that you've won? 11 odd crore. What is the significance of that prize money to you personally and to your family?
Yeah. Firstly, I'm very happy that my parents, like they have never really been well off, and they had to struggle a lot to be where they are, and they burned all these bridges for me to pursue my passion. They struggled a lot financially, and it was my friends who it was like my parents college mates who actually sponsored us when we were like uh, running out financially, and despite like going through all these struggles, to have this kind of financial stability right now with for my parents and my family friends, um, and you know to have given this kind of peace to my parents is like it means a lot. And for me personally, I'm yeah, I've never really thought too much about money, but it's a very important part of life, and yeah, I would be using it. I would try to be using. I mean, we would be trying to use the amazing gift that God has given us to help improve ourselves, to help us reach our potential.
Yeah, you absolutely deserve that, you and your family, with the amount of effort that they've put in. I just hope that the powers that be can be kind enough and give you the tax exemption that you so deserve. But thank you so much, Gukesh, for taking our time speaking to us here at India Today. And before I let you go, I just want to let you know you made the entire country very, very proud. Thank you once again.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Gukesh. Thank you for your time. I wish you all
Yeah.
the best. Okay.
Thanks a lot. Had a lot of fun.
Thank you. Me too. Bye. By the way, I'll tell you, I don't know if your father's number or not, I don't have, but we were going live when you won. We do a digital program. You're going live, and there's a colleague of mine who follows chess regularly. His name is Siddharth Viswanathan. He's actually related to Viswanathan Anand.
Oh.
He started crying. I have that clip, and he just couldn't control his tears when you won. So I'll probably take your father's number or someone. I'll send him the clip. So
Sure.
see that clip. When we go live. He just can't control it. Okay. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Take care. Bye.
स्पोर्ट्स तक पर आपको न सिर्फ खबरें मिलेंगी बल्कि आपका ओपिनियन भी मैटर करता है। ये आप ही का मंच है। आइए बताइए भारतीय क्रिकेट टीम से आप क्या उम्मीद करते हैं। रहिए स्पोर्ट्स तक के साथ। सब्सक्राइब कीजिए स्पोर्ट्स तक को YouTube और Facebook पर।